Jake Paul is scheduled to fight Tommy Fury for the third time since about a year ago. Why is Jake Paul still chasing this fight with Tommy Fury? God knows why. But if you want a little bit of backstory, Jake Paul has been trying to get this fight with Tommy Fury since August of 2021. We're now in January of 2023, and they were scheduled to fight in December 2021. Tommy pulled out because of a chest infection, something like that. So Jake Paul fought Tyron Woodley in a rematch. Then they were scheduled again to fight 8 months later in Madison Square Garden on August the 6th. Tommy Fury had to pull out again because of some issue where he couldn't travel to the USA. So then Jake Paul tried to reschedule and have a fight with Hasim Rahman Jr. And then the entire card got scrapped a week before it was meant to happen because many factors. Because Hasim couldn't make weight and Jake Paul was complaining about it. They weren't selling tickets in MSG, so the entire thing was scrapped. Now, this is the third and hopefully final time that Jake Paul will try to get a fight with Tommy Fury. He says here in the caption, Tommy Fury has no excuses. Baby's born, money's massive, immigration is no issue. Tyson promises he and Papa will make Tommy retire from boxing and change his last name if he can't beat the YouTuber. Tomorrow I'm coming to London to look all three Furies in the eye and shake on that promise. Almost 9 million people viewed this. That's crazy. And it happened. They met up in London. They had a face-off, and it was pretty heated. Tommy Fury did not have clothing on for some reason. Jake Paul fully dressed, and that built up some hype for this fight. This fight is scheduled to happen about under a month from now. It's scheduled to happen February 25th of 2023. It is January 28th right now, and a lot of people are wondering, who is Jake Paul actually going to fight? Because Tommy Fury, there's a high likelihood that he doesn't show up at all. What if that happens? And we're going to get into that in a little bit, but it's looking likely so far as Tommy Fury apparently did not show up to his face-to-face today with Jake Paul. Jake Paul released a video about all that. There was a lot of people in that room. Jake Paul was complaining, and Tommy Fury was not there. They were meant to have a face-off. Jake Paul's had a face-off with Tyron Woodley before. He's had two face-offs with Tyron Woodley. And he hasn't had a face-off with Anderson Silva. He didn't do that. But he did two face-off with Tyron Woodley. Those are pretty entertaining. One of them had Ariel Helwani as like the guy in the middle. So those built up a lot of hype for those, fights. And Jake Paul tried to have the same thing with Tommy Fury in London, and Tommy Fury just didn't show up. It doesn't even matter if it's in the US or if Jake Paul just comes to the UK himself. Tommy Fury just does not show up to these things. I don't understand. As a fighter, especially as a fighter who's has these expectations, being the son of heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, calling out the YouTuber Jake Paul, and then pulling out of the fight with him twice, and then going on to not show up to the face-to-face. I don't know, I don't even know what to say about that. Do you want this fight? Because you were the one who called for the fight. You called out Jake Paul. You're the one who came to him asking for the fight. He gave you the fight 3 times, and so far you've turned down 2 of them. We're still awaiting the third one. I don't know what to say. I don't know what this guy needs to be told anymore. Imagine Tommy Fury denies the Jake Paul fight in 3 separate years, 2021, 2022, and 2023. That'd be wild. I couldn't imagine that happening. That'd be embarrassing. But yeah, who's Jake Paul gonna fight on fight night if Tommy Fury doesn't show up, which is looking kind of likely so far? It seems that it'll be Mike Perry. Confirmed by Jake Paul himself that Mike Perry is the backup fighter if Tommy Fury pulls out. Same way that kind of Tyron Woodley acted as the backup fighter for the first Tommy Fury fight in 2021. Mike Perry will be the confirmed backup fighter. It is public that he will fight Jake Paul if Tommy Fury decides to pull out. It's so crazy to me how Tommy Fury's pulled out enough times that Jake Paul now has to have a backup fighter just in case. That's wild to me. And I'm not picking sides. I feel like this is a if you want my opinion, this is a super fun fight in the sense that they're both guys that cannot lose. Jake Paul can't lose this fight because he needs this credibility, and he just signed like a multi-year deal to the PFL. They're probably paying him millions of dollars, and he's got all these expectations to fight all these different fighters. He's one of the biggest names in the fighting business right now, and a lot of people don't want to admit that. And he's trying to get that big money fight with KSI as well. So if he loses this fight, all of that could be over in an instant. All it takes is one punch. And for Tommy Fury, obviously having those expectations of, being the son of, no, the half brother of Tyson Fury, that pressure is going to be on him as well. And the whole Fury family is going to be watching this fight. The entire world is going to be, not the entire world, the entire, boxing world is going to be, keeping up with the fight. Maybe not necessarily watching it. Like, not everybody's going to pay like $60 to watch this fight, obviously. But a lot of people are going to be waiting for the decision. A lot of people are going to be interested in this fight. So I didn't actually see this. It's happening ESPN Plus pay-per-view. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, try not to make this video too long. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury will probably happen February 26th on a Sunday. Yeah, because it's in Saudi Arabia, so the time zones might be different and all that. What happens if Tommy Fury pulls out? Jake Paul will fight Mike Perry.